Hello, I am Ken, and I will be talking about week 3 discussion, and I will be answering the first question: which of the two figures you read about this week, John of Damascus, which is I chose, most got your attention, and why? And I thought he was very interesting because I went over the summer to Saudi Arabia, which is a predominantly Muslim state, like the empire of the Umayyad Empire, where he lived in Damascus. He served as a high-ranking official, but he did study Christianity uh, in that asylum, where it was not very prominent, and he defended icons, which in that empire as well was very frowned upon, and they wanted to destroy anything of icon like, because I guess uh, they thought it was more like worshiping an item, I guess. But for him, he was trying to argue that it wasn't worshiping an item. It was more like worshiping. It was more like an knowledge, like a window to knowledge that we don't have. And I guess a quote from him that talks about is more like his most oh wait, I do not venerate matter, I venerate the fashioner of matter who became matter for my sake. And I guess you could say it's like he doesn't worship or revere physical items, but he reveres the person who creates them. So it's not like he's worshiping a statue just to worship it. He's worshiping the meaning of the statue and trying to figure out what the statue is trying to provide for them, in a sense, I guess. And so I think it's very interesting how he's able to defend and worship in a place where it is very frowned upon. And so let me look at the other parts of it. And I just think that one quote from him piqued my interest so much that uh, venerating matter, but he venerates the fashioner of matter who became matter for his sake. So it's like Jesus is what became matter for his sake. And then going upon that is one of these figures and how it connects to the lecture. It is, I think, psychomatic unity, the idea that humans are a unified whole of body and spirit. And I think his idea of incarnation and how Jesus is the venerator of matter shows that humans are a unified whole and body of the spirit, because he is divine, yet he is human, and humans are in the image of God, and Jesus is that image of God. And so if Jesus exists, then we are part of a unified whole and body and spirit that we can achieve. And so I thought John of Damascus is a very good idea of how to tie everything together, like an imago Dei, the image of God. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, and I tried to put in words okay,